Stream Elements said the busy builder is now live. Streaming miniatures.
Take me, God, gotta take me, God, gotta take me, God, but the motherfucking cancel. Take me, God, gotta take me, God, gotta take me, God, but the motherfucking cancel. Take me, God, gotta take me, God, gotta take me, God, but the motherfucking cancel. Take me, boy, got to take me.
Hello.
Studio said hello there.
General Kenobi. Oh wait, no. Yeah, the really fun bit.
Studio said, is your mic far away again?
Maybe. I wouldn't say it's far away, it's like 2 feet. It's in the usual place it's always been. Do I need to up the gain again?
Studio said I need to get y'all boom arm for it.
I got enough boom arms in the way as it is.
Studio said no to be my TV.
Well, people have been saying it was quiet in my little open boxes too. But when I go back and watch it before I upload it, it sounds fine to me. And I'm listening on an open speaker system, not on headphones, not on TV or a phone, but it could be those speakers are designed to project more too.
Studio said you're just typically quitter than others.
I am not a quitter. I'm not quiter either. I know what you mean. I'm quieter. That's because I'm not a character. I'm not falsely enthusiastic. We're doing tracks. I got one side done. And successfully, they are completely movable. Not that it will be when it's done.
RS_studio said those look fun, not.
They're actually pretty easy. You just have to be really careful with the amount of glue you use, but I've got a pretty good system down. The cleanup is the worst part. Trying to keep these stupid shadows, but I had to lower the camera a little bit to get the tracks visible. Or else it would just look like I'm working on large-sized grains of rice. But I know how many I need per side now. This is how many's left off of the one tree. So I had one extra that I had to take off, so we're looking at, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 links left over, and I know I've got the right amount. What was I doing? Oh yeah. But hey, isn't this what people watch streams for? The tedious parts? Can't all be fun. Once the back to basics build starts, that'll be the main focus. And that's another reason I took that week off, is once we get started, because I'm going to start construction on the 15th, and anyone else following along can just, you know, if they don't get finished within the stream time, that's fine, but it'll give them time to build until the 21st, and then the 22nd through the 28th I'm going to be off, and essentially we're going to try handling a chunk a day. I want to see if I can go longer stream-wise on those days too. I'm going to kind of push myself a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't backfire on me, but we'll see. But I'm also trying to not get ahead, because I want to start on it now, but I want other people to be able to kind of gather what they feel they need. I'll probably do the more comprehensive video today too. Not so much the review, but just the announcement video saying, hey, here's what's going on, here's what you need if you want to follow along. Free hugs! Free hugs! Why not 4 hugs? Just free? This is where a fresh X-Acto blade comes in handy too, because the tracks themselves notch together pretty well. It's the track pad So you want to just impale it with the X-Acto blade. I should really set my focus a bit better, shouldn't I? So for the time being, autofocus is turned off. You just take your glue. You want to aim for that hole. Lightly fill it. Don't like overfill it so it's got like a bubble on top, because that could squeeze out. But as you touch that in there, the peg that's on the back of the trackpad will draw it up, and it'll glue on pretty good. That keeps it movable. But yeah, it is tedious, especially for those of us of the sausage finger variety. It's like trying to type with bratwurst. And they should remain floppy. And it's okay if one or two get glued, as long as a majority are loose so you can get them around the front and rear wheels. If you have a stiff section in the middle, that's fine. It's not going to be rolling when it's done anyway. Yeah. And try not to pop them apart either. I've actually done this smaller. Well, I say smaller. The track design is the same between 72nd and 35th. Just in real life, they're twice as big. But the Trumpeter 72nd scale FAMO tank transporter has link and length tracks like this. Or link by link tracks. So essentially I've done this in 72nd scale. Actually, I should get it and see what the size difference is between this and those. I've never really looked. I just hope the nap trap doesn't try and get me today, given the poor sleep I had last night. Can you open the lid on that printer that you got as you're doing it, or no? Will it go into standby or pause?
RS_studios said you can open the door.
You should just put a stream up of just the printer going. No face cam, no nothing else. And you'd be surprised how many people would watch it. Probably to help regulate temperature a bit better. These dragon tracks are a pain in the ass, but when they're done, they look really good.
RS_studios said yes. Stuff with low melt point.
Yeah, later we'll have to get on Discord and you'll have to kind of walk me through some of the setups on it. I'll also need a different slicer, obviously. You said you're using Cura?
RS_studios
Okay.
said I am using the Triality slicer. RS_studios said I heard Gusa is good.
And it's more for FDM. I mean, a slicer's a slicer, but I know some are better at FDM stuff than others are for resin. Like, I don't even think my... Yeah, I think part of the reason I'm not using mine is... Sorry, I gotta move a little bit. It's not currently available on my slicing software.
RS_studios said yay, the slicer we have for the Elegoo only supports resin.
Thing is, I could have sworn when I first got it, it had FDM in there. And you were even doing FDM infill and stuff on some of yours. No, just, you know that printed Cygnus that's doing the rounds on Facebook?
RS_studios said looks like RTile makes a slicer to support Clear printers.
Nice.
Stream Elements said check out my previous work on my Instagram.
But my father actually got to see that Cygnus in person, and he was really impressed by it. He said it was about 6 feet long. The guy took it to a show in Florida, and my father went there. Now the main reason I'm applying the glue to the track instead of the pad is if I put it on the pad, it could easily flow around all three of the nubs that are on there that you can barely see, and that would cause it to go down in amongst the little nubs for the hinge point, which would in turn glue the track. Trying to flip my pads so I don't have to fight with them. There we go. I already did one side off stream, but I figured I'd just kind of use today to get this done. Air out the head, you know. If I get bored with this, there's other things I can work on the kit. When I did this before, I just put on like Krull and let it play while I was just assembling them. I had a whole side done before the end of the film. Next set of links. Could have sworn though the first one of these I did had all the links pre-cut from the sprue. My back is still playing hell with me today.
Little Lake just finished his short.
Hey, model student, how you doing? No worries, you haven't missed much. We're just assembling tracks.
20 said hi on.
Just trying to muscle through it.
The model student 20 said all's well.
That reminds me, I have to message my parents and see how they're doing with, you know, temperatures colder than Juneau, Alaska in Florida.
At George Davis 7629 said hey all.
George is here! Yay!
At the model student 20 said, haven't done tracks yet. I have a few kits with tracks like that. It is FRIDGIB here.
Is it 18 degrees where you are?
Student 20 said hey George.
You heard me right, 18 degrees in Florida. That was the forecast. I don't know if it was what it actually got down to, but that was the forecast for last night. I just wish these mega storms would stop because they're sucking all the energy out of the storms that are meant to hit us, and we're not getting shit. It was in the 50s here yesterday. The 50s at the end of January is very uncommon. Like, it should really be in the 20s here. So far the plan is still starting on the Back to Basics build, the 15th.
It is 17.6 degrees here right now. I have any two-day printers. They seem to be working good. So far I have them for about 2 years, I guess.
Okay. What are you watching back on another screen? And Now, being Canadian, is that Celsius? Or Fahrenheit? I'm kidding, I know what you meant. I have a kitty. Hi, Mitty. Up, up. Hi. Up. Good boy.
At the model student 20 said, feels like minus 12C.
Then again, anything below 32 Fahrenheit is freezing. Alright, that felt like it didn't have enough glue on it, so once that's together, again, get most of it off your brush, and just give it a little tap right there. And it'll flow right on that upper part. If you feel you didn't get enough in. Oh, he stayed up here. Yeah, I got a case of Batman neck this morning, too. But the idea for this scene, since I've got so many packets of those leaves, early fall, so they're just changing colors, so they're some are green, some are red, some are orange, for leaves. You know, the grass is still kinda green. But the idea for this scene is I'm gonna have a group of guys under the tree having a smoke break, while these two are talking to the half-track, and have one guy turned around, and the scene's gonna be smoke breaks over. Hey Fenrir, how you doing?
At the model student 20 said nice.
So right now we're about 2/3 done with this length. Once you get a pattern down, a system, it starts to go quicker. But they also strain the air living hell out of your eyes too. Yeah, but Mittens is a literal chair-only cat. He is not a table cat. So you'll very rarely see him in front of the camera. Mitt Mitt.
Horace_studio said, chair. Stream Elements said, all hail chair cat. All shall bow to their reign or fear the wrath of the almighty paw.
keeps shifting on me. He's a big boy. Hi, Mitty. He's also the inspiration behind the 7-Up paw. I'm going to take my break early because it's only been 38 minutes. I need to get some ibuprofen. I'll be right back.
Studios said the bus 2 high 7, 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 the bus 2 high 7. At the model student 20 said thumbs up emoji, smiling face with sunglasses emoji. Vulcan salute emoji.
Okay, we're back. Drugs have been consumed with food.
Fenrir_media said welcome back.
To anybody out there that has to take ibuprofen, always eat something with it. I try to not take it as often as possible. But there's some days that even I can't ignore it. Did you get back up, Mittens? You did.
Fenner_media said, so take it with more ibuprofen, a chaser, and change your socks. Got it.
And drink water. I mean, it fixes everything from sprained ankles to gunshot wounds to the head. Ibuprofen and water. And a change of socks.
Fenner_media said, chaser water, white monster, Mount Dew, Death Wish coffee. Same.
Well, in the field, it's whatever you got. You know, if you got that little packet of Sanka from your MRE, just pop that in your mouth with the ibuprofen. Drink that 120-degree bottled water you just yanked off the pallet, and yeah, pray for your stomach lining. Or is that a little, you know, on too much on the nose there? Desert palate water teaches you that water can taste like the absolute shittiest thing and the most amazing thing at the exact same time. The only thing that teaches you that more is water buffalo water. What are you doing? Are you having trouble staying up there, Mittens? I know you're not that chubby. Hell, you turned 12 this year. But to be fair, I've tried Death Wish coffee. Not a fan. Tastes burnt like Starbucks.
Model student 20 said IAHTE Starbucks, yuck.
Oh, I hate it too. I prefer just to brew my own at home. What's funny is they're a Utah company, I believe. You know, the whole vet bro, vet owned thing.
Model student 20 said lol key fingers are not working so good today.
I knew what you meant, and it actually made it funnier. Maybe I should go into the coffee, you know, roasting thing and do some load-toed coffee or some shit. I don't know. I always have these crazy ideas I never go through with anyway. It's just thought ideas, you know, just keep my shit busy.
Model student 20 said I get a dark roast and it's good. I guess those tracks aren't so bad once you get going.
Yeah, once you've got a pattern down, these tracks are pretty good. The best roast for caffeine and flavor I found is a mildly dark Sumatran. Because a lot of people think, oh, the darker the roast, the better the flavor. Yes, darker the roast, the better the flavor. Sometimes, as long as you don't burn the beans, like Starbucks. However, the lighter the roast, the better the caffeine. Because the heat kills the caffeine. Mittens, what are you doing back there? You're just moving around all over. Look at that face. Look at that kitty's face. Look at that Mitty. Mitty. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah.
Mommy gonna make ya.
But I've always found a good Sumatran Mandiling has the best mix between caffeine, flavor, and roast. And that's literally the coffee that my friend and I dubbed that you could see time with it. Like, you become the squirrel from Over the Hedge when you drink that stuff. Yeah, they're pretty good tracks. So basically we have these 3 rungs and these 2. So minus the break, you know, we're about almost halfway through. Yeah, we're over halfway through. In only 50 minutes, give or take. Not altogether terrible. You'll definitely need an afternoon if you want to do both sides in one sitting. And I'm not using the sprue nippers because there's literally barely any room to get in there on some of these. So you gotta do it the harder way. Which is fine. Yeah, he's been restless. He was also in my lap yesterday, which is very rare for him. Sleeping right next to me at night, which he rarely does. He's usually like a visit, leave for the night, sleep on the couch, foot of the bed kind of cat. So either I'm gonna die soon, or there's something bad coming. Or maybe he knows that I'm just not feeling that hot in terms of like muscle aches and stuff, so he's doing his best. It could even be that he's trying to reassert dominance amongst Allie and Frankie, that he was here first. Because he's hanging out where they normally would. Feels oddly thick. I'm not about to try slicing that. So is everything staying in focus okay? I had to manually lock it. Let me try this. Okay. Might be high enough for autofocus to work now. We'll see. Well, yeah, Auto hates working on the tracks. There we go. What am I doing? You just can't sit still today, can you, Mittens?
On to the bad sky.
Come here. It's weird though, I've never taught any of the cats to get on the back of the chair like that. They've always done it on their own. It started with Arnie, none of the other cats had ever done it before. He was a kitten, this is like years and years ago. He just got up there. And then as we got the others, they started doing it too. Marbles tries, but he's too clumsy to stay up, I think. But Allie does it, Frankie does it. Arnie still does it, even though I get scared when he does it, because he can barely jump up on a counter. Come on, there we go. Okay, I need to see here. He got down. As you can see, we've had no excess glue spillage, which is good. Means I gotta be doing something right. You just gotta be really clean with your glue application. I decided to go for a different pad. That one still had a bit of sprue gating on the end of it. That's better. After we get the pads done, we'll probably move on to the rocket rack. Because I need to get at least the basic rack assembled so I can figure out another fit issue that I have to overcome. What do you mean you're gonna have to go out today? As opposed to going out tomorrow? I'm surprised you haven't built like an insulated poop room for your dog for the winter. Or is your dog like, yeah, I know it's that cold. I'm just gonna go out, get it done, get back in.
At the model student 20 said Aaron's grocery store, etc.
Yeah. Well, get going. The video will be here when you get back. Don't wait on me. I know it's already, what, after 12 where you are? You wait too long, it'll be just as cold anyway, because it'll be nighttime.
At the model student 20 said still early, yeah, it's just 1 now.
Yeah, but how cold's it gonna be when it hits 6? I mean that in PM, not 6 degrees. Just give me a sec. Now, that's also what kept waking me up last night was my back. Every time I try and roll over or move, my muscles just bind up.
student 20 said need the new Tesla Robo back. Lol, I'm ordering the legs. Rolling on the
Right.
floor laughing emoji.
Well, here's what I'm kind of mildly chuckling at inside, right? Sorry, just clearing out a message. Tesla has ceased productions on, I think it's the Model S and the Model X. They're still making the Model 3. So in 10 years, when you can no longer get the batteries or the parts for these two cars, what are you going to do? You going to LS swap them? And how would you get that through safety and emissions, because there's no emissions required for the Tesla? That's the part of the so-called experiment that nobody's really looked at, is what happens when the company no longer exists, or the support for the vehicle no longer exists.
At the model student 20 said own nothing.
Mm-hmm. But be happy. Be happy. You own nothing, but be happy. Meanwhile, how many companies out there are cranking out clones of the Ford 302 and small block Chevys and
At
351s?
the model student 20 said billion robots.
No, thank you. There's tons of stories and films that have been made for quite literally centuries now that tell us why this is a bad thing. We're talking about going all the way back before the Metropolis film was even made.
At the model student 20 said own nothing and be happy. Yep, they didn't say you wouldn't be drooling on yourself. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, these feel a little stiffer. I may have got a little glue down in there on them. But that's alright. As long as they don't snap on me, we're fine.
At the model student 20 said that's all done. US ruined everything this year at Davos. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Eh. We're not going to get into that side of things because that's far more complicated than we're not at that knowledge level.
Student 20 said no politics. Sorry, my bad.
there's a lot of behind-the-scenes shit going on with that place that most of us would probably never even know about. I will say this though. It was funny seeing Gavin Newsom get the wind ripped from his sails, because before a certain person's speech, he was all bravado and talking about how everybody's, you know, bowing and curtsying. And then afterward, he looked like a ghost. I think somebody took him aside after he made his little speech in front of the reporters and gave him what for. That was hilarious. Basically, someone took Newsom and said, "Shut the fuck up, bitch."
The model suit of 20 said I reserve judgment myself as well.
Oh, there's gonna be massive shifts everywhere. I was talking to my father once about the whole situation, the whole grand scheme of it, you know? And we're seeing it now, and I was right. I said, we have allowed the coddling to go on for so long that any means we take to correct ourselves due to the coddling, you know, any means we take to set things back right, is going to seem draconian by example. Because of the amount of it we'll have to employ to right everything. And I was right. Not that it actually is, but it seems like it, due to the aggressive nature of it, and the stupidity on both sides. I'm waiting for the adults to come back in charge of everything and all the children everywhere stop being children. But what do I know? I'm just someone trying to live his life.
George Davis 7629 said adults are just grown UOP children.
No, what I mean is professional people in professional positions doing professional work. Not this bullshit that we're seeing now. Not, oh, they're scared of me because I can fix a truck. No, buddy. No. You know, not 80-year-old politicians dressing like they're teenagers and dyeing their hair purple and doing raps. Not people basically memeing each other from both sides. The whole thing is just fucking ridiculous. Once we get the professionalism back into it, then we might start seeing some changes. But until then, no. The status quo is going to stay the same. That's what I mean by get the fucking children out. Neither side's professional right now.
Student 20 said, me too, I'm just along for the ride. Might be a front row seat, but I'm still just an observer, not a participant.
Bingo. But that's enough for that. What's everybody working on? I think I saw model students working on a F1 racer. I'm working on everything everywhere all at once, and I'm beginning to feel it.
The model student 20 said, Tamaya 1 20th Honda MP4.
Did they ever do a 20th, or a, I know they did a 20th scale because I have it. A 12 scale McLaren MP15? I think it's the MP15. I have the Ebro one. It's really simple, but it's a nice kit. I also have the Ebro 71 Tyrell. It's another one of those kits I keep picking up and putting down. We are almost done with this length of track. Not really bad. Nice. Yeah, I was watching the final countdown a little bit last night. I'd like to see a version done where we actually stay. Like, say a troop of M1 Abrams tanks gets transported back in time in Germany during training. You know, they're doing live fire training on the range or whatever, so they're fully loaded. And kind of go turtle dove on it, how they basically get stuck and have to intervene. Sorry if the music sounds a little chunky today. I needed something more in my ears than usual. I figured chainsaw with drums would sound better than just the usual industrial. Oh, model student, have you been watching Fallout on Amazon? There was a line in it that had me laughing crazy when it was showing the one character escaping from Canada, and the Marine in the power armor actually comes up and goes, "Get the fuck out of here, you hosers."
Model student 20 said music is good. I have the Tamiya 112 Lotus 49B. It's a beautiful kit. I am saving it until I feel my skills are better.
Don't wait until your skills are better. Use it to make your skills better. Because if you keep waiting until your skills are better, they'll never be good enough. But if you just go at it...
Model student 20 said, yeah, I have new episodes to see.
Oh, you haven't seen episode 7 yet? It's fucking great. But just having the power armor going, "Hey, you hosers."
The model student 20 said, hosers, that's us.
Come on, get to the hole. There we go. Okay. I'll need 2 more links, I think, after this. It's just a term you really haven't heard much since the 80s here. So it was funny to hear. No, it felt like I didn't have enough glue on it. You gotta love it when they do that. Come on. There we go. And episode 8.
Model student 20 said, I'll know when to do it. I am pushing myself with each build, especially learning how to control enamel, lacquers, etc.
For the Tamiya cars, your best bet is to actually just use the Tamiya rattle cans. Their primers, their overcoats, their clear coats all really work well together. And they lay down nice and smooth. So I'm going to put this link on because I know for sure this is probably close. Then I'll test fit it. If I need to add that link, I will. Now the other side will fall off when I go to pick it up because they're only dry fit. I haven't glued any of the road wheels on yet because I want to be able to weather behind them and paint behind them.
The model student 20 said, Lou at Aztec Dummy, did you see his latest episode? in Canada anymore.
Not even through Amazon? Then, lacking that, whatever the Canadian version of Duplicolor is.
The model student 20 said I haven't tried Amazon yet.
Oh wow, looks like we're coming up a little shorter. So it looks like I'll need 2 more links at least. I was not expecting that. Yeah, if you can't buy it locally, try Amazon. Because when I was having trouble getting Tamiya paints because of all the bullshit, I used Amazon.
At the model student 20 said Loon got this 132nd runabout from Star Trek. It's a crazy trick.
I know, I've seen them doing the rounds. I'm happy with my Ertl one. I'd have no room for something that big.
At the model student 20 said track stretcher incoming.
Nope, just gotta do probably one more link, and we'll be good. I'm gonna test it again, see. Because I thought the same thing when I did the other side, and it turned out after I added 1, it was perfect. Because I don't want it too tight. You don't want it looking like that, right? You want it to sit down on the road wheels a little bit.
Student 20 said I guess the thing is immense. I think he's gonna be sorry when he's done. Nowhere to put the thing.
Yeah, I should be selling my 2 enterprises soon. I am going to take a little bit of the funds and get new ones, but I'll have to sit on them until I move. Plus, I think I could do a little bit better on the refit this time around. I did fine before, but I could do a little bit better this time. I want to see if I can work in the blinky lights. Probably still leave out the shuttle bay. Might add the arboretum. Hi, Allie. Up. Alley-oop. There we go. Good girl. Sorry, we really don't have any desk space for you today, girl. Yeah, that's still too tight. You see how it's sitting up off the road wheels there? Everyone I've always seen, they always touch a little bit. So, one more link. Which is weird because the other one did it with this many. Oh, Allie, you stink! You came up here just to do that? That little brat. Oh.
Model student 20 said looks to type yes.
She came up here to fart and then get down.
The model student 20 said fish farts.
Oh, she's a little brat of a cat, though. That's for sure.
At the model student 20 said rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Oh, you would be, wouldn't you? Yes, you all enjoy my moments of distress, don't you? Just remember, it's like karma, it comes back around. That's fine, but you can see how it feels a little loose there, but that's better. I don't like that. But as we saw, that's too tight, and that's like a quarter of a link too short. So, gonna have to live with it. We'll leave that one unjoined so I know it's the right side. Left side is joined. And I'll show you how it's supposed to look on that side. So these over here. Come on. This is why it's also important to have most of the road wheels ready to go. Really? Come on. But you see how that actually sits properly. Not too tight. When it's sitting normally, it'll sit down on the road wheels.
At the model student 20 said perfect fit.
Maybe I should re-examine the other one before it fully dries and see if maybe I do have too many, because what I'm seeing down here on the other one was a lot of slack. It could be I just didn't have something fit just right. Dimensionally they're the same, so they should use the exact same amount of track links. Let's reapproach this, shall we? Come on. Link fell off anyway. Maybe it's trying to tell me something. Yeah, that's just way too tight. There's no slack underneath at all. That's so strange. I mean, it would work, it would just be too tight. When in doubt, check pictures. I could have sworn I had some. Alright, off to Google we go. Yeah, the track should lay across the top of the road wheels up until the very first road wheel before the sprocket. So I need to add that extra one. So they shouldn't do that. They should be like that, for example. I just can't believe how loose that gets when I just add that one link. Excuse me. I guess I'll just have to live with it and hide the slack up front somehow. That is just so strange. I don't know. I'll live with it for now. There's no adjustment on the kit either, so it's not like I've got it set too far forward or too far back. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Yeah, that was a solid piece. The only thing I could do is use a pair of pliers and just adjust this backward a little bit. I'll figure that out when it comes to the final fit. It wouldn't have to be very far either. Alright. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we will get back on it on the rocket rack. Left side, right side. So, I'll be back in just a sec. We're back. Trying to consume more water, too. I know it's red, I'm just using that Mio stuff just to put a little dab of flavor in it. Okay. Tracks, pretty much done with. Now I have to figure out this god-awful mess.
Model student 20 said here as well.
So, yeah. This is what I've got to figure out. I'm not worried about this crap right now. So there's V8, V8, V4, okay. V7, V7. I think I'm beginning to see the stupidity pattern here. Yeah, I don't think the frame is connected between the rocket pods. They're just
The model
there.
student 20 said we attempted this type of assembly on camera would have to be rated XXX for excessive indecency rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Oh yeah, I'd be smacking it with my balls too if I wasn't calmed down already.
At the model student 20 said kidding it would be hard watch for sure.
That's why I'm just going slowly and kind of insecurely. Probably why I stopped building the other one originally. And I eventually just had to dispose of it because I lost too many damn parts to it. I got to this point and real life fell apart as well, so. Because here's the thing, I'll need at least 2 of these back plates. V9 and V1. Because from what I can tell, this part here with these 2 rockets is one frame assembly. This front part here is another one. And then you have 2 individual ones here. Because I don't see anything that looks like it's connecting them front to rear between here. I'm gonna go under that assumption and get all the parts I need to make the front one right now. So U6 times 3, or U6 times 2. Ooh, great time to get a visual migraine too. Fucking wonderful. And since I'm doing the front one, I need V9 and V1. So right now I have a vibrating rainbow lightning bolt going right through the center of my vision, right where I need to focus to see things. Should I take a break until this goes away and come back? Possibly, because I can't focus on the center of my field of vision because of it. I can't clearly see. I don't know if any of you have ever had those, but they are not great.
RS_studio said those are fun.
I'll try assembling this front one, see how I do. If it continues to be a little cunt, then we'll stop and convene again at a later time.
At the model student 20 said no worries, relax your eyes. At the model student 20 said no worries, relax your eyes.
I heard you the first time.
At the model student 20 said sorry, double tap.
No worries. I'll relax my eyes.
The model student 20 said on for each eye rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Well, that's just it. This hits both eyes at the same time. Because I can close one and still see it. Like right now it looks like a heating element wire going right through this area of my vision that's vibrating between black and white with a little bit of rainbow sheen. So I'll get these two outer panels done because I need to figure out how they go on here, because it looks like I should be able to have the MG on there with them on. And the one in the back I need to get assembled to see if I can fit this on here with the back frame. The other issue is I don't think I'll be able to use it anyway, because for the frame to work, these hook like this. and that won't work. But the reason I bought this was for the rockets, so I want to have the rockets on display. So yeah, it looks like the front frame goes forward of here. Yeah. Okay. So this would go like that. And you would hope that the Germans would have designed it properly to allow the vision ports to be opened underneath. Because I have mine open and they're glued. Yeah, it looks like this should sit just forward of here, like that. So that hangs on there, which means this is have to go here. Okay. We're getting it figured out. This is why references matter, folks. This is why references matter. I'm just glad I was able to wrestle through those tracks relatively quickly. You know, I think I might either watch The Golden Child or Big Trouble in Little China today. Just put it up on the big TV, let it play, take my break, come back and do an afternoon stream. Let my eyes adjust. These usually don't last long, maybe about 2 to 3 hours tops. What's worse is when they happen at work and I can't see what I need to do to work. But we have made small but prominent progress today. And I'm placing this based on pictures of real ones, not somebody else's build, not somebody else's model. This feels like it might be too wide. Yeah. Because because I think they are. Yep. These are the ones meant for the back. The easiest way to put it to describe this thing going on with my vision, it's like I've got a unicorn's pubic hair stuck in my eye. But it doesn't hurt. Okay. Let's get the appropriate ones on here now. See, it helps that I can see the number, you know, sideways. Now the way these hang on, you would think I'd still be able to use this since this attaches to a wood frame, and you just put the cloth material over the bracket. Maybe. We'll find out when I get to it. That's more like it. I'm not going to glue this onto here yet, because there's a lot of other bracketry marks on the hull that I want to remove first. They're for other variants like the Pioneer version and things like that, and I'd really like to get those off there. There we go. Okay. That's sitting right, as far as I can tell. Okay, now I'm getting conflicting. It is inward. Okay. Yeah, these instructions are absolute dog shit. Singular diagram for something like this is wrong on so many levels. Especially when you decided to break it down into so many small parts. I'm trying to keep it straight, but I can almost guarantee you this frame would be bent to shit too. Okay. All right. But with that, I think I am going to take a break, let my vision clear out, and be back in a few hours. I'm off tomorrow too, so I can stay up a little later today, I hope. I wanted to be on longer right now, but my eyes have a different idea for me. So keep an eye out on the alerts. Probably be back around 3, maybe 4. And we'll go